Silent Hill Ascension is a TV show, basically. You can watch it for free, and you can either watch it live or you can watch it later. I believe if you pay, you can get a higher resolution kind of version of it. But basically, this is going to be very similar to Black Mirror and Bandersnatch, where you watch the show and you can vote, and that'll determine what's basically going to be coming up next in the story. And a lot of people are confused because it seems that you can pay for stuff. So there is a pay for votes, I guess, in a way, or something like that. So a lot of people are concerned with how it's going to go, where you pay to watch the show and then you have these microtransactions, which are going to allow you to tweak the vote or tweak the story in a bit, and that's going to change it down the line. So if you're a big Silent Hill fan, definitely worth checking out. But just be aware that you don't even have to vote live after the show comes on. You can go and you can vote, and then there's that time before the next episode comes in.
It's intriguing. I'm wondering what you can vote for because I can see this kind of show, interactive show basically. When we were kids, there was Carmen San Diego where you could vote. Or no, that was more questions. Anyway, interactive show, I'm all for it. But I see that well for adventure, right? But for Silent Hill, which is basically horror, the point is to surprise you with you don't know what's happening in the fog and what you actually vote on.
I
Because if you vote on how the story is gonna go, then you're not surprised anymore. So it's not really as horrific as it should be,
I think it's
right?
like, for example, maybe similar to the decisions that you would get in, say, a Telltale game, where it's like, oh, do you want to help this person or do you want to help that person? For instance, if you're in a situation, do you want to try to go to the school for sanctuary or do you want to run to the church for sanctuary? That sort of thing. So I think where the episode will end on a cliffhanger and then it says, okay, what direction do you want the characters to move in next? And you don't necessarily know what's going to happen once they get there, but you can choose where they're
Then
heading.
then I would say yes, it could be great if Baldur's Gate, your choices matter because many games you have many choices, but in the end, it's little tweaks and it just mesh into a main arc. Anyway, Baldur's Gate, when you make decisions, it tweaks into tens of different branches, and your endings are or stories are very different depending on the choice you make. So there, I'd be interested if the choice you make really matters because especially if you pay for it. If it's just a little tweak, the scenarists were lazy and say, "Yeah, we go to church first," but you could have gone to a graveyard first. In the end, it's just the order of events, and we're gonna catch up the red line after. Intriguing, interesting. Let's see. I'm not a big
Yeah.
Silent Hill fan, but I like the concept.
Yeah, it's all CG, so I guess they have some options of what they want to do there. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like in Baldur's Gate, you can play through multiple times and you can see how your choices matter. On a show like this, you have the show, you do the season, and then you can't go back and redo it and choose differently because the season's already played out. So it'd be really hard to determine if your choices actually mattered or not because you have nothing to compare them to.